All right. Well, hello. I do and I don't really know exactly why I'm doing this video. It's kind of an accountability post, accountability video. I've noticed a slide into laziness, and I've noticed I've been losing my sense of ambition. And it's been my sleep schedule, my smoking habits, my eating habits, my lack of interest in doing all the things that I enjoy doing, making music, editing, making video content, podcasts, all that stuff. And I'm doing all those things, but I'm doing them like half-ass or even less than that. And it's kind of ridiculous because I have everything I need. And I'm just not doing it. And I think when it comes down to it, really is tied to sleep schedule and sleep cycle, because my sleep schedule has just been all kinds of fucked. And I noticed it started with shortly right before I started on antidepressants, but it really went crazy when I got on those antidepressants. I was sleeping for 16 hours a day the first 3 days that I was on them. I was just exhausted and just wrecked all the time. I've since switched medications, but it's been hard to rebound from that. And I'm not working out. I'm sleeping in till 10 sometimes, which is insane. And so this is kind of just me making a starting progress video to see where it goes. So my goal is to fix my sleep schedule, go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, and on a consistent time frame. I've actually written down some goals of mine. So, current goals: finish a track I'm working on, record 2 to 3 samples from records a day, because that's a new hobby of mine, read more, spend less time on my phone, get healthier, quit smoking, which is in alignment with get healthier, and start a record YouTube/Instagram channel with vinyl records is what that means. But there's things on there that I didn't include, which is sleep better, eat better, work out more. Those are all things that are super important to having a functioning life. And I've fallen off on all those accounts. And that can really mess with your progress in all aspects of your life, your ambition, your eagerness to start the day with action. And so it's important to get those things in line. This guy, Jocko Willink, he's a military guy. I think he's a Navy SEAL. But he's got a book and a phrase that he coined, which is discipline equals freedom. And that's completely true. It's the more disciplined you are, the more you tackle your problems head on, which means the less problems you have on your plate at any given moment, and the more freedom you have to do the things that you want to do. And it's a bit counterintuitive at first, because when you're thinking discipline equals freedom, it means, I have to go to work and work all day, and then I have to, eat healthy, and then I have to, go work out. And it's like all these things in the back of your mind, you don't really want to do. But if you do them all and you check them off your list, you feel better, you feel more motivated, you feel accomplished. And since all those things are checked off your list, you now have the freedom to go do the things that you actually want to do. But that's easier said than done. Or is it? Jocko would say it's not. He'd say, he says all the time when he gets up in the morning, he doesn't even question whether or not he's going to put in a workout. He just does it. He doesn't give himself time to second guess or overthink shit. I wake up in the morning and I set an alarm for like 6 or 7. And I go, I can snooze it for 10 more minutes. And then that 10 minutes go by, and I give myself another set of 10 minutes, and then another and another. And it's like, I did that today. I set an alarm for I think 7. I actually woke up at 6:30 and I felt great. I woke up before my alarm, but I was like, I'm just going to chill for a little bit. I fell back asleep. Next time I wake up, it's 7:30. And I'm like, oh, shit. But because my sleep cycle was off, I woke up at the end of a cycle at first. And so I was fresh and awake. But since I let myself sleep in again, I woke up again mid-cycle. And I was groggy as shit. And so I gave myself 10 more minutes. Next thing I know, it's 9 o'clock. I didn't get out of bed until 9:30. And fucking A, man, I don't care who you are. That's way too late. And so, yeah, I think when setting goals, at the very, very top of your list should always be fixing your sleep schedule. And second to that should be diet. And then third should be exercise. Everything else should come after that because that's your health. Health should be prioritized. And if you're not sleeping well, everything else is going to be thrown off. If you're not eating right, you're going to completely undo any workouts that you could possibly done. That's why it's in that order of importance, because the sleeping affects everything in your life. The diet affects your ability to benefit from any workouts you have. And your workouts will make you feel better in terms of tackling the rest of your day. So another goal of mine is to quit smoking, and that's easier said than done as well. And again, or is it? Is it a matter of just saying, fuck it, I'm done with this, and stopping? I want to say that it is, but I don't know that it is, because if it were that easy, nobody would be smoking. And I don't know what the deal is. I tried quitting weed so many times, and that last round, I officially quit. I've been like 2 years without being a daily smoker. I'll smoke on occasion with friends, but I've noticed that this past week or so, I have been partaking in little puffs of weed here and there. And it started because I thought it might boost my creativity, and god damn it did. Without any question, it helped my creativity. But I've noticed it's a slippery slope. The more I do it, the more I want to do it. And that's exactly where I'm at with smoking cigarettes, which is like, when I quit smoking weed, I picked up vaping like 2 months after. I went 2 months without smoking anything. But then I felt I was jonesing. And so I picked up a vape casually. Then that became every 5 minutes I was hitting that thing. And I was like, okay, this is unhealthy. I got to switch. So I switched to cigarettes like a fucking bozo. Because it wasn't as readily at hand. I couldn't do it every 5 minutes. But it's way worse for you, I'm assuming. And then it became, a cigarette once a day. Then it became, 3 times a day. Then it became, I think I take a puff. I don't smoke 10 cigarettes a day, but I smoke 10 times a day. So I don't know. God damn, is life hard. Just being a person with all your neuroses and tendencies and bad habits and getting those in order. It's all about confronting discomfort, which nobody likes to be uncomfortable. We seek comfort. And there's this book by Marcus Aurelius that I have over here called Meditations. And this guy, Ryan Holiday, he's a Stoic and he promotes Stoicism. And there's a quote in the book that says, and I'm going to butcher the quote, but it's something along the lines of, are we meant to be comfortable, or are we meant to be and stay in our bed all day, or are we meant to be like the birds and the bees who get up every day and get after it? And it's living for comfort in the moment is nice, kind of, in the moment. But even in the moment, you're still thinking about all the things you didn't do or that you need to get done. And fuck, man, there's just days I just don't want to get out of my bed. So many days I just don't want to get out of my bed. And I don't. And I feel awful about it afterwards. And my problems pile up. And I think that a lot of people fall into that trap, and it's a dangerous one. Um, so I ask myself, what's the question, or what's the answer to that problem? And I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe tackle discomfort head on. And, I guess that's what I'm going to try to do. But again, easier said than done. So, yeah, I guess to everybody out there who's struggling with the same thing, I would again say start with your sleep schedule. Try to get a good night's sleep. Go to bed at a early-ish time, and wake up at an early time. And it feels so much better when you wake up earlier because you feel like you have so much more time in the day. The difference between, waking up at 6 and 9:30, that's an extra 3.5 hours. What if you told yourself that I wanted 3 hours in my day to do whatever I wanted, but you felt like there was not enough time in the day? If you woke up those 3 hours earlier, you would be gifted that time immediately. And so, yeah, but again, easier said than done. Fixing your sleep schedule is so difficult, especially if you're kind of a nighttime person. But I've noticed that the hours at night are not the same as the hours in the morning. Hours in the morning are productive. Hours at night are often wasted if you're like me. And I think there's a lot of people like me. At night, I indulge. I eat food. I watch TV. I spend hours on my phone or on YouTube doing fuck all. In the morning, if you set the right intent, you can get a lot done. You can, journal. You can read. You can work on art projects. You can, get a head start on any work you have to do. So, yeah, as for diet and exercise, fuck. I'm not looking forward to starting on that again because I was going hard on that and I lost a significant amount of weight and I was feeling amazing. That's the thing. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows that when you eat healthy and you work out, you feel so much better. But there's something that's in your ear just calling you at any given moment. Come back. Eat that ice cream, eat that pizza, skip the gym. This is the thing. It's like, I know it's best not to work out every day, because you need that recovery time. But if you skip a day, it feels like cheating. And when something feels like cheating, you become more and more inclined to do it again and again and again. And so maybe the solution is to just do something every day, even if on your rest days, and make it something that's less intensive. Maybe it's just going for a walk, and that counts. As for eating healthy, I think it's just a matter of planning ahead and putting in effort. Because when you don't have, this is a thing that Jordan Peterson talks about a lot, which is, he talks about the story of The Simpsons and Bart Simpson, and Bart fails some class or a test or something. And he's like, whatever, I don't care. But then he actually puts in the effort and he still fails. And he goes, what the heck? I actually tried this time. And it just shows that it's easy enough to fail when you don't have a plan. And it's still possible if you do have a plan. But it makes failure a lot less likely if you have a plan. And so when it comes to getting all the things you want to get done, and eating healthy, having a plan is necessary, because when you don't know what to do, or when you feel more inclined to cheat, you're much more likely to do so. Whereas if you have a plan and you fall into those traps, you realize there's a way out and you just stick to the plan. I'm all over the place. I'm not good at this talking to myself shit. But you get the point. So yeah, I'll probably take some before pictures, my body wise, just to see where I'm at physically, maybe weigh myself, even though weight doesn't really matter necessarily. And, just track my progress, see what I'm getting done each day in terms of making music and my diet and reading and all that stuff. And maybe I'll start a journal to track all those things. Anyway, I hope this was possibly useful. I don't even know if anybody's going to see this, but